I'm James Heaney, and this is Brief News Brief. I hope you had a happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And what a way it was to celebrate it as one of the last surviving members of the 60s movement took to the war of the words with Donald Trump on Twitter. John Robert Lewis over the weekend told Chuck Todd that Donald Trump is an illegitimate president given the current investigation of the Russians interfering with the elections and sabotaging Hillary Clinton, therefore handing the presidency over to Mr. Trump. Lewis spoke yesterday morning at an MLK scholarship event in Miami. He urged the role models of tomorrow to never give up, never give in, stand up, speak up, and when you see something that's not fair, not right, and not just, you have a moral obligation to do something and say something and not be quiet. It was pretty inspirational. There's mounting backlash from both sides right now, as the nation took a moment to recognize Martin Luther King Jr. yesterday. The Democrats are calling on President-elect Donald Trump to extend an olive branch to the respected civil rights leaders, while Trump's transition team pushes back, saying, well, he started it. Some would say that Trump is the president-elect and Hillary is coming to the inauguration. So to continue to question the legitimacy of Trump is, well, unfair and undemocratic. Unfortunately, Trump and the Republican Party do not have a squeaky clean record when it comes to recognizing the legitimacy of a president, as they straight up questioned Obama's legitimacy as a U.S. citizen. There are a lot of questions out there in terms of what's going on with Russia in relationship with the election. And so long as the Republican Party continues to diminish the potential threat on partisan lines and not even really look into what happened, it feels like a big slap in the face to a lot of Americans. We'll continue to watch this story as it develops. You're not going to believe this. You're going to say I'm a liar. But Trump has been talking about health care for all and taking on Big Pharma. Big Pharma John, taking on Big Pharma. This is bringing a lot of shock and awe to Republicans who are creating policy in Congress. He told the Washington Post that he's working on insurance for everybody. Republicans customarily speak of universal access, which is different than health care for all. Trump is apparently in the final stages of creating this fiscally efficient health care plan, which seems to be a government-involved health care system. He says it will be about marketplace solutions adding greater competition to the system, leaving a lot of Republicans saying, huh? He said of pharmaceutical companies, they're politically protected, but not anymore. Trump warned Republicans that if the party splinters or slows his agenda, he's ready to use the power of the presidency and Twitter to usher in his legislation passage to make sure it passes. Trump is waiting for his nominee for Secretary of Health and Human Services, Representative Tom Price, he's from Georgia, to be confirmed. The confirmation hearing has not even been scheduled yet, so we'll see what comes of this beautiful coverage when we get to finally see what it looks like. Last week, we asked if there was any excitement out there for the Nintendo Switch, and we got our answer. The answer's yes. Everybody's got their own Joe the Plumber. Our Joe the Plumber happens to be Joe Baggins, and he wrote, and I'm quoting him, as a household, I'd say there is excitement about the Switch. I'm not sure I like the controller, but I'm an old fart, and I prefer my large desktop computer still. For the first time, and just for the record, the reason I chose to portray Joe that way is he is a self-described old fart. If somebody out there knows a better way to impersonate Joe, you're going to have to give me some acting tips. All right? For the first time since the Wii U launched and subsequently fizzled out in 2012, Nintendo's making a new video game console. It's called the Nintendo Switch, and it's a $300 home console, portable console hybrid. The console is the tablet. You slide the tablet into the dock, and then you got yourself a controller, and you can pull that tablet out. I think it's gonna be fun. To me, my gut says that it's kind of like the Nintendo Wii U's tablet, except you don't need the Nintendo part of it anymore. I like the controller. I think it looks pretty neat. I'm really excited. We're going to see what it really looks like on March 3rd. But I'm probably not going to get a Nintendo Switch. It would take $300 to get me a Nintendo Switch. It's poll tally time. Oh, that was really bad. Oh, please, somebody give me an opening to the poll tally. We already know the answer with are you excited about Nintendo Switch? Yes. Secondly, should Trump release his tax returns to prove he's not a secret agent of Russia? Yes. And where in the world is the MI8 agent? Turns out he became a sports mascot. It's a very easy way to hide away because it's hard to tell who's underneath that Five Nights at Freddy's-like costume. So brand new polls. Make sure your voice is heard. These are nice and simple. 1. Puppies or kittens? 2. If you saw a bag of money fall out of the bank truck, would you keep it? Super simple questions, okay? And finally, how many phone numbers do you have memorized? No cheating. I want you right now, before looking any of them up, just count how many they are.